So, I have something very crazy to share with you that I forgot happened. This is probably, I would say, in terms of YouTube comments and encounters, this is the craziest one that I've gotten. It might make you laugh. It was a crazy situation. Um, Granted, I was underage in the video, which the person probably didn't know. But let me tell you what happened. This is fucking crazy. So, I don't know when this happened, but a while ago, this woman commented on one of my dog videos. I don't know which dog video it was, but one of the dog creepypasta king videos. This woman left a comment saying, "I got off to this, thank you," or something like that. And I'm like, does that mean what I think it means? And she said it does. So what she basically admitted is that she masturbated to one of the dog videos and got off to it. That's what she meant. And granted, I was a kid in that video, but she didn't know because I had the mask on. But it that is by far the weirdest and craziest thing I've encountered on YouTube. I've never had an experience like that before. I went back and forth with her, and she said it was just the intensity and how it was. She said it was the intensity and how the dog was acting in the video that just did it for her. So that's crazy to think that like the dog and the personality of it could actually get a woman going sexually. Like I don't know. Maybe if I ever get in a relationship, maybe I should be the dog, the creepypasta king. Maybe that'll be a plus for a relationship. But I figured I'd share that with you because that was yeah, that was the craziest scenario I've been in. Like I guess it's something to be proud of because that means I have at least some luck in the department with women.
Oh, you ready? All right. Acidic roots here, folks. So I'm going to talk to you about girl problems, as it were. So back in like the summer of 2013, there was this chick I was talking to. Her name was Robin Ann, and I don't remember like her full username, but that was the name of her. And virtually, we hit it off. We talked for more than a week or so, probably more than 9, 10 days, something like that. And it reached a point, or there, I don't remember the super series of conversations, but there were a few things that she said. Like at one point in the conversation, she was talking about being pissed off, and I said, well, I'm going to have to use an ice pick to pick the ice off your heart. And she said, and the next message she sent me, she said, "I'm drunk, lick it, baby." And I was, then there was another point in that conversation where she said she wanted to pee in my butt. And I said, and I remember saying to her, "Don't make me turn on the cold water." Now you may think, where is a woman gonna pee in your butt? It's not gonna happen on the bed, or you're gonna get urine in your bed and that type stuff. And it's probably not gonna happen on like the floor or the carpet, something where you'd have to mop it or clean it up or scrub it up or whatever. So obviously the shower, the bathtub, something of that magnitude and likelihood to kind of say, if somehow we've reached a situation where you're going to pee in my anus, I kind of feel like I'm going to turn on the cold water because I don't understand the concept of that. And it's not as, not to say not understand the concept, but the context as far as the randomness of that's kind of a strange fetish. Some people like handcuffs, some people like whipping cream, that type stuff, but the full-blown randomly say that she has a fetish with urinating in my behind. That's kind of the concept behind it. But regardless of that, as far as those situations kind of mapped out with everything else, I mean, honestly, the reason why the fluidity of me talking about this is kind of in a would have scenario more so than an actual scenario was because she was out of my range at the time. And she lived somewhere in Arkansas and I was in Missouri, and the context towards locating her household and finding her would have been difficult. That was something, I was 24 back then, kind of thinking of that sort of situation. So that was the situation there. But there were a number of other things. I mean, I talked with her about, there's a number of things. She talked about wanting to smoke me up and, that sort of stuff. But, just as far as that kind of went, I just look after it and, the relative difficulty of the situation such as that. I mean, the conversation eventually burnt out just because it's like, well, how are we going to capitalize on this, and what is going to be the aspect of the resolve behind it? And this is kind of, the distance was simply more of like kind of the distance was more apprehensive than probably what was needed to at the time. That was just kind of the context. So the conversation eventually burnt out, and I wound up having blue balls during the situation. But at least the context was at least a healthy kind of, because I made fun of her. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I had said things I don't remember. I mean, if you've seen the jokes from Acidic Roots, whether it's on Frenchy Talent or on Acidic Roots, the jokes, I mean, the way I could have joked with her age 32 compared to how I was doing it back when I was 24 is just a whole different context. But just to kind of say, like, obviously that kind of happens to be the situation about it, is just looking at, like, being able to say that it's just one of those shucks kind of opportunities, because you look at it as like, damn, Robin Ann, the situation could have transpired how much better. It's like, why couldn't you have been like a 40-minute drive away rather than a 4.5 or 5.5 hour, longer than that? I don't really know, somewhere in Arkansas, that's kind of the thing. But